What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today, well, we haven't looked at all the new Digimon that came around in BT4, Great Legend. And, well, if I don't look at all of those, I will be frankly a little bit embarrassed. I'll feel like I'm not doing my job properly. So, it's probably time to take a look at a bunch of Black Digimon that we haven't had a chance to look at yet. So, let's start off having a little bit of a look at Sunarizamon? Sunarizamon? I don't know. Something like that. What we've got is a lovely level 3 spiky lizard Digimon. We've got a free cost to play normally, 0 cost to evolve, 2000 power. This is something we see a lot from weaker Digimon from level 3s. The 2000 power is lower than average, but all that really tells you is that this has got a skill, which is hopefully going to justify it having a little bit of a lower power. What is that skill, you ask? Well, it's an inheritable skill. When this card is trashed, because you activated this Digimon's Digiburst skill, return this card to its owner's hand. And that means that a bunch of these are probably going to look kind of familiar, because this is the exact same skill that we've already seen over in green on Lalamon. Although, given the amount of lizards in my house, we have a literal actual reptile room full of snakes and lizards. Clearly, I'm gonna go for the Sunarizamon rather than the Lalamon. But the point is here, this is not a unique ability. We've seen this from some other Digimon already. The Agumon in red in this particular set, for what it's worth, does end up here as well. And I've talked about these cards before, so we don't need to spend a huge amount of time talking about them. Essentially, it gives you access to more Digimon throughout the course of the game. It's as simple as that. There are other Digimon you can play with this stat line that will give you other inheritable skills, giving you extra power or whatever. So there's no real reason to play this other than Digiburst. Now, obviously, if you're not playing a Digiburst deck, might I suggest extremely strongly you do not play this card. Outside of a Digiburst deck, it's trash. But essentially what you're doing here is going, right, well, I'm going to Digiburst. So, a lot of the time, when I Digiburst, I'm not using my inheritable skills anyway, so I've got two choices. I can either play a cheaper Digimon, one that's going to get me up to my level 5, 6, whatever, a little bit faster, or I can play this, and okay, fine, it's not going to get me up to my level 5, 6, etc. any faster. What it is going to do is it's going to give me another level 3. It's going to give me another rookie. And then later on in the game, rather than thinking, oh man, I really hope I draw into a rookie, you're going to guarantee that you've got that rookie there. It means when you hatch that next Digi-Egg, you can guarantee you've got a 0 cost to evolve rookie ready to Digivolve into it. I like these kind of cards. It really is going to come down to your deck and exactly what it is that you're playing. But in a Digiburst deck, if you can afford to give up an inheritable skill or maybe 2 cost to play normally Digimon, I think these are really good, because we've all had those games where in the mid-game we just cannot draw a rookie. This is going to make that a thing of the past, and I find that rather lovely indeed. Moving on, but still in level 3s, we've got Gotsumon. Now, Gotsumon is a weird kind of card, and if you've been watching my videos lately analysing these new cards from the set, you're probably going to look at this and go, oh, Wassy ain't going to like that. That doesn't look like a Wassy card. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Wassy ain't going to like that. That is not a Wassy card. Now, it is a level 3, and frankly, the stats here, in terms of the cost, are horrendous trash garbage. We've got a 4 cost to play normally, which for a level 5 is huge. I mean, we could play something like Bushy Agumon over in yellow, and okay, that's a 5 cost to play normally, but it's got haste and can attack the turn you play it. That is fine. 3 cost to play normally is average. There is such a thing as 2 cost to play normally level 3 Digimon, and it's not like Black is exempt from this. There are Black level 3 2 cost Digimon that do exist, like for instance Haguramon or Commandramon. that are exactly the same. As in, they are literally exactly the same. Well, okay, fine. Other than the artwork, they're exactly the same. And the name. So the point I'm making here is that these are really better options to play normally. But it's not even free to Digivolve. You've got to pay $1 just to Digivolve it. Which is blatantly not what we want to do. And again, it's a point I made a few times. In the early game, if you go first, you start with 0 memory. So the first card you play that costs anything is going to give it over to your opponent. So what you really want to do is you've hatched a Digi-Egg, you want to play a level 3 for 0 cost, and then either play a level 4 for 1 cost, or play a 2 cost level 3, or something like that. So you've got 2 Digimon on the field, but you're not giving your opponent much energy, or resources, and memory. Or you've got a level 4, and your opponent's got 1 memory. These are the kind of things you want to be doing. What you do not want to be doing is giving your opponent memory after just playing a single level 3 Digimon. And that's what this does here. And I know it's got 6,000 power, and I don't care that it's got 6,000 power. Because, and don't get me wrong, right, 6,000 power for a level 3 is absurd. It is huge, it is gigantic. There are plenty of level 4s that don't have 6,000 power. In terms of power, this is absolutely gigantically huge. You will have no argument from me on that regard. But I don't care. Because unless I'm playing against someone like a Rookie Rush deck, the majority of my opponent's Digimon, or at least a large enough amount of them to make me care, that are going to be in their security, are going to destroy me. Because they're going to have 6,000 power or more. So I'm not expecting to survive this. And even against a Rookie Rush, you can play a 4 or 5,000 power level 5 and you'll probably be fine. My point is, I am expecting to lose this Digimon when I attack. I might get lucky, I might survive, but I'm expecting to lose it when I attack. Just like every other rookie. So if I'm not expecting it to last any longer, and it's expensive to play normally, and it's expensive to Digivolve, why am I playing this? And the answer, quite frankly, is I'm not. I don't like this Digimon. And I know that for some of you, there are going to be particular matchups that make you think differently. You're going to look at this and go, well, hang on a second. Against this matchup and this matchup, where my opponent is playing enough 5,000 power or below that I can either take out when they're resting, or I'm going to assume I'm not going to hit it when I attack the security. Under those circumstances, it is absolutely worth playing. And if you've got a particular matchup in mind, fine. Go for it. But as an ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill card, no. Just no. I do not like it. I think this is a very bad card indeed. It is not on my Christmas list. But there's one more Digimon we need to have a look at in this particular video. Maybe that can make its way over to my Christmas list. It's Golemon? Golemon? Probably Golemon. Either way, I like it a lot more than I like Gotsumon. For what that's worth. We've got a level 4 Digimon here. And what we've got is a 4 cost to play normally, 2 cost to Digivolve, 3,000 power level 4. So worth pointing out here that this is very, very weak. But it's kind of cheap. I mean, the 2 cost to evolve normally is what we expect from a level 4. That's not particularly cheap. But 4 cost to play normally, that ain't too bad, quite frankly. That ain't too bad at all. There's a bunch of black that fit this, but still, kind of cool. 3,000 power is low. No argument here at all. It is very, very low. But that's all right, because it's got a skill, and hopefully the skill that it's got will make us ignore its low power. Though, like I keep saying, when you're talking about little Digimon like this, generally speaking, you're either attacking with it, knowing it's going to be going down, or you're going to be using it to Digivolve up into something bigger or badder, preferably both. And it doesn't really matter how much power it's got, because it's not going to exist on the field long enough to make it worth it. What is the skill here? Well, what it does, all of your black Digimon gain 1,000 power on all turns. That is your turn and your opponent's turn. All of your black Digimon gain 1,000 power. but this stacks. So if you've got 2 of these out, all of your Black Digimon gain 2,000 power. 3 of them 3,000 power, the maximum 4, the maximum 4,000 power. And this, ladies and gentlemen, makes a huge amount of difference. This is a reason to play the card. This gives you that power bump. And it's not like we've never seen cards that give you an extra 1,000 power. We've seen plenty of them. But the difference here is it's not a temporary thing. It's just a thing that exists all the time. And you don't have to choose what turn it is. So the Black Tychomere, for instance, on your opponent's turn, all of your Black Digimon get an extra 1,000 power, and that's awesome, but that doesn't count on your turn, which is kind of sad. In fact, Black do not have many at all that give you extra power on your turn. But even when they do, you're talking tamers, you're talking inheritable skills. This is a fairly cheap Digimon that can just sit out on the field and give you extra power. And now you're breaking power ties. I've said a bunch that the average level 6 has 11,000 power, so you go boost your War Greymon up to 12,000 power, and not only can you now attack those Digimon, which is fun, and take them out, but you can also block them, because remember that this has blocker as well. And now they can't attack you without going down. But when they're resting, you can take them down. It's only 1,000 power. But one of the biggest things as far as I'm concerned is breaking the power tie. Making sure that you go down and they don't. And this can help you to do that, and you can play multiples of these, and they do stack. My biggest reservation with this card, honestly, is I don't really want to leave it on the field. I want to evolve from it up into level 5s and 6s. I want to use it to attack the security, etc. It's a bit of effort getting it out as a level 4 and then just leaving it there to boost up your other Digimon, but you know as well as I do that an extra 1,000 power on your turn can make the difference. An extra 1,000 power on your opponent's turn can make a difference. And actually here, this is perfect. You can't always justify paying for it and leaving it out, but when you can, oh, it's going to make a difference, ladies and gentlemen. But now I want to know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know your opinion on these cards. I want to know if you like any of them or dislike them. Basically, whatever you want to tell me about them, I'm willing and happy to listen. So go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.